Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Just going to get right into this lesson because this was a video. I've already seen brothers do it, most notably Elder Manata Zakba of GMS, South Carolina. And this is a video because I even was reading some of the comments. So this is a video, or this action that they did in the video, which it says, excuse me, let me start a little bit more at the beginning. This is a camp, Hebrew Israelite camp. They're called Believers of the Way, right? And they burned the American flag. This action that they did it 5 years ago, but I guess they want to, for whatever reason, re-uploaded it yesterday, right? Or up yesterday. What's the, yeah, so that was Monday, January 6th, they uploaded it yesterday. And my whole thing is, okay, you've burned the American flag, now what? Now, when you watch the video, it's like a 3-minute video. Pretty much, in so many words, I'm not sure of the individual's name, but one of the individuals that was talking mostly was saying about how they're doing their constitutional right to show essentially that they're not with America, right? That, because of the things that America has done to our people speaking so most notably about the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians that go by those names, but you are the biblical Israelites, right? So they burn the flag to show they have no allegiance with America, right? And, they proceed to burn the flag. Now, my whole thing as I was meditating on it before, just doing the lesson was, number one, okay, you've burned the flag, now what? Number two, how is this a good example for the flock? How is this a good example in the ministry? And one precept that came to mind was what I have here. If Blue Letter would stop acting like a damn idiot, thank you. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 3. It says, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. Now, we understand that they're going to blame the ministry anyway, right? They're eventually going to come at us and label us all type of, I'm just going to say the words, terrorists. They're going to label us all type of things. That's why they call us, black identity extremists. That's why they call us black Hebrew Israelites. Although we tell them, sometimes even in videos, right, when we do our intros or whatever, or just speaking throughout the video, that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. That is a construct that was created upon our people. Nobody is the color black. Nobody is the color white. We say these things constantly, but what does Esau like to do? He likes to categorize you, right? And once he categorizes you, that's easier to put you in a box. So that way, when he wants to come down, he can lump you in with these other extremists or identity people, right? Makes it easier for him to roll down on you. So we understand that they're already going to blame the ministry anyways, right? But for those who are ignorant, right? For those who are without, meaning with not in the ministry, you want to give the ministry a good look. You don't want to just give the ministry a good look when you're on the camera, right? You want to give the ministry a good look even when you're off the camera, right? You want to actually live this thing. You want to actually change, right? We're not supposed to be like people of the world, right? Like, using an example right here, right now, this will be more of a, not so much a rant, but just giving certain examples, right? And I'll get to my main point at the, latter part of the video when the Spirit allows. But there's something going on right now with Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, and I'm going to guess it's a little funny to me right now. I'm sorry. And what's this dude's name? Emmanuel Acho. I think he's mixed in it as well. And there's a woman that says Skip Bayless is trying to pay her money to sleep with him. And Shannon Sharp, that's his name. Shannon Sharp is somehow mixed into that as well, right? And my point bringing them up is we're not supposed to be like them, right? When you watch them on TV, when you watch them on their podcasts and things like that, they give the appearance of this great person. Like, oh, Joy Taylor, she's such a beautiful woman. She's so thinking that. Now, obviously, don't know the whole story. Don't know if she really has done that stuff. But just using that as an example for now, right? The most recent hot thing that's going on right now, right? They give this appearance in front of you like they're this great people, noble people, honest people, stand up for something, hardworking, dedicated. But on the back end, you don't know what the hell they be doing, right? Apparently, Joy Taylor had to do some things, right, to get to the top, to get to the position that she's at right now, right, which is sleeping around with a certain, allegedly, of course, sleeping around with a certain producer. Now, look, whether you believe she did or not, that's yet to be seen. Can't go blaming the woman because maybe she didn't do it. Although it's hard pressed not to believe that because the times and the days we know what people do, right? This is not something new that women have done, sleeping with, producers or sleeping with, owners to get ahead, right? That's why brothers say succeed, right? But just using that as an example, we're not supposed to be like people of the world. On the outside, showing an appearance of being pious, of being holy, of being upright. But then on the back end, you're doing some dumb shit, right? You're being an asshole, right? So we want to make sure in all aspects that we're really living this truth, that we are really changing, right? That we are really conforming to the image of the Son. So going back to, with the burning of the flag, this is not giving a good example to the flock because you know how Israel is, right? It's very easy to be impressionable upon our people. Our people like to follow certain people that they look up to, right? You got like your Michael Jacksons, you got like your Michael Jordans, right? And things like that. LeBron James, right? Regardless if you like to do it or not, he is impressionable, right? People will try to, Kobe Bryant is another one, right? People will try to copy him and things like this. You do this, and then Israel's going to think, yeah, let me burn the flag too. And it's like, again, what is the purpose? Okay, fine. You've burned the flag to prove and show, hey, we're doing our constitutional right to show that we're not with this country for what it has done to our people. Okay, now what? You have now brought attention to the ministry to show us like we're some crazy individuals, excuse me, or we're some weirdos or whatever, right? We are just here. There's an acronym, right? And Elder Apostle Gabar always mentioned it, right? I remember learning it in college. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Go out there, preach the word, be in season, preach the word in season and out of season. That's all we have to do. Keep it simple. Just preach the word. All this extracurricular activity, trying to prove something and do all this extracurricular type stuff is unnecessary. It's not needed at all to go out there and burn the flag to prove. You're already proving that you're not with this country, you're not with America by what you believe and what you're preaching. Preaching Yahushua already proves that you're not with America. You don't need to burn the flag to prove, this and that. It's the same thing like people who get tattoos, right? I remember being younger and people would get tattoos and that's supposed to prove like, this is what I believe in. You just being that way already shows that what you believe in. You don't have to get a tattoo to prove that of what you believe in and things like that. Sometimes people get tattoos of certain Bible verses, or sometimes of their family and things like that. And it's like, look, if you love family, if you're all about family, show that and prove that in your actions. You don't need a tattoo to prove, family means everything to me. That doesn't mean anything, right? So burning the flag is not proving more that, we're not with America. You just going out there, being consistent, right, and preaching the word is enough to show, hey, they're really not with America. They're really standing on what they believe in, right? Like Jake will say in the world, standing on business. You don't need to go out there, and again, like I said, and burn the flag to prove anything. That's not doing anything. It's foolish. Now, when you go into this word offense, it says an occasion of stumbling, to do something which causes others to stumble, example, or i.e. leads them into error or sin. So you don't want to give an example mostly to the flock of doing something like this, and then what this could lead others to error. Did you ever think that maybe to you, right? Okay, I remember an elder of my camp, right, Elder Shala. He did a lesson once. I'm trying to remember the name of the lesson to the best of my ability. Right. I think the name of the lesson along the way was the spirit is not whimsical, right? And something that after watching that video, I always meditate on. Sometimes, when you say things, I'm not trying to say it's not the spirit, But sometimes brothers will say things and be like, oh, that was the spirit. That was the spirit. It's like, no, just being honest with you. Sometimes it's not always the spirit. Sometimes it's just you being you. But it's easy. It's like a cop out just to say, oh, that was the spirit that wanted me to do it. No, sometimes it's fucking you. Don't blame the spirit for everything and just easy cop out and say, oh, that was the spirit. That was the spirit. No, don't blame Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for your fucking foolishness or sometimes you just being fucking you. Because you really got to analyze yourself and look at yourself and say, hey, did the spirit really want me to do that? Because they may say, hey, the spirit wanted me to do that. It's like, really? Did the spirit really want you to do that? Did the spirit really say, hey, go burn a flag and that's supposed to prove that you're not with America? Or is it just preaching the word and showing that, hey, you have an allegiance with me and that's enough? Which in the eyes of the Lord would mean more? Burning the American flag or showing by preaching the word to my people and showing your loyalty to me that, hey, you're down with me? Which means more of a significance to the Lord? Think about it. And for those who even watch this video, because, if you go to the comments, some people were saying it's vanity, but some others were saying that, all praises to the Most High. And it's like, I asked you people that were in those comments saying that stuff, which means of more significance to the Lord? Burning the American flag or showing the Lord that you're not with America by coming back to your heritage? Which has more of an impact? What has really changed the game here? What has really made the focus or put all eyes on the Hebrew Israelites? Burning an American flag or what we preach, the gospel? Which has had more of an impact? Think about it. Be fucking smart and stop being fucking stupid. That's why I brought up that excuse. Look, sometimes, yeah, I will admit, sometimes it can be the spirit, and sometimes you get fired up, right? But don't always blame the spirit for you being fucking you. And that even applies to myself because, like I said, after watching that video, I had to, internalize it and take it in and say, sometimes things I may say or sometimes things I may do is not the spirit. It's fucking me being me. But it's just an easy cop out. Oh, it's the spirit. No, it's fucking you. So again, 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 3, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. So again, you're not supposed to do things like burning the American flag, because now Jakes, although this was something that they said, I read one of the comments, this was something that they did 5 years ago. Because when I watched them, like today or yesterday wasn't President's Day, so that didn't make any sense. But this was something that they did 5 years ago, but for whatever reason they want to re-upload it today. And again, you're not supposed to do anything that's supposed to get the ministry blamed. We're supposed to be known for preaching the gospel, preaching the word, and that's it. And that's mostly what we're known for, right? Because that's why certain Christians, certain people will come up and ask questions about, okay, I kind of have an idea what you guys are about. Because what? We're supposed to be known for preaching the word, not being or looked at out there as rebels. Although, yes, saying some of these words, or I guess you could say like buzzwords, we're going to be looked at as these things, right? But we're supposed to be most notably known for what? Preaching the word, right? We're supposed to be known. It's good when people say things like those crazy guys out there on the street that they're preaching the Bible. That's good, right? We want to be known as that, right? We don't want to be known as, yeah, they do this and they do that. And it's like all this unnecessary stuff that is not necessary to the ministry at all. And we're not supposed to lead our brothers into error. And this could be leading the flock, those who follow you, right, into error and doing stupid stuff out there. Our people are children. Our people are very childlike. Now, another thing as well, when you go into, as you can see right there, right? Now, Elder Apostle Gabar always mentions about visualization, right? Now, I want to know, what is a better sight to see? The American flag burning or seeing America burn when you're saved? And that's why I'm going to go here in Revelation 15. Revelation chapter 15 and verse 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Heavenly Father. Now you have to understand something I'm going to explain very quickly. The judgment that the Heavenly Father has already prescribed for America which in the scriptures is known as Babylon the Great or Mystery Babylon, that is speaking about America. And the Heavenly Father has already prescribed, right? Pre meaning before, scribe meaning written down, destruction for America for its wickedness and for the evils that has done to the so-called black Latinos and Native American Indians, which are Israelites, right? So the Heavenly Father has already, prescribed, like I was saying, judgment for America, right? For the evils and wickedness that is done. And that is going to be done by thermonuclear destruction. World War III is going to happen, and the nukes will be shot off. And some of those nukes will hit the land of Israel, and most of the nukes will hit over here in America, right? And that will be the destruction that happens to America. So what John is getting ready to see here is the victory, right? Those that survived, that were saved, that were delivered from that destruction. Because, excuse me, apologies, I'm not feeling too well. So if you hear, not trying to get no sympathy or anything, but if you hear me pause weirdly in the video, I'm just not feeling 100%, but still trying to get this lesson out. Those that are going to get the victory, which is the elect, right? They're going to pretty much get delivered by what the world ignorantly calls UFOs. Those are going to be the vehicles of deliverance that are going to take them up into the air, right? As it talks about in 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, so shall we meet the Lord in the air, so shall we ever be with the Lord, right? Those are going to be the vehicles of deliverance that beam up the elect, right? And save them out of utter destruction. So verse 2, it says, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass having harps. So they're looking down, right? Right? I'm sorry, where did it say? I'm sorry. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. John is seeing, right, the destruction of America, right? That sea of glass mingled with fire, right? Because that's the lake of fire, pretty much America being burned, right, with thermonuclear destruction, right? It's just going to be fire all over this land, right? Burning it. So when John is looking down at it, he's seeing those who have gotten victory, which John represents one of those as well, right? And they're all looking down, seeing America be destroyed. Now, again, I ask you, imagine that sight, right? That sea mingled with fire, right? That sea of glass mingled with fire, which is pretty much them seeing through the chariot, or however, maybe looking through the windows of the chariot and looking down at the planet, looking down in America and seeing it on fire. Now, I ask you, again, what is a better sight to see? The American flag being burned, or seeing the place that has done, like they were saying, right? Seeing the place that was that did so much evil to your people being destroyed, being finally destroyed, really seeing the country, the land that did so much evil and wickedness to your people actually be destroyed. Think about that. Like Elder Apostle Gabar always talks about visualization. What is a better sight to see? The American flag, like you see right there, being burned, or America on fire? What is a greater sight to see? What has more of an impact? What means more? Because you're still here in the land of America. You still got to go to work. You still got to slave for Esau. You're still working for him. I'm very sure that they're working. Or what means more? Being delivered and actually looking at the place and seeing it being burned with fire. The destruction of the place, knowing that you're never going to go back into captivity like the scriptures say. That's it. It's rest from there on out. It's righteousness from there on out. It's rulership from there on out. Which has more of a meaning in your mind visually to see? Because, when they were probably doing this whole burning the flag, they're like, yeah, but again, really look at that. What has more of an impact? Looking down at the flag being burned, or looking down at America being burned? And I'll leave it at that. But pray that this video has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.